it easy. It's getting a little cold. Time to bundle up. Rain cutter! Rain outlines your fate.
Everyone hold hands!
Things are about to get dicey.
Keep fast!
Ya ampun. Ini. Astaga. Turun lagi dia, Pak. Harus juga diomongin.
Add Astro. Thank you for Add Astro.
Tuh susu pepper, susu pepper lagi. Bubuk itulah. Masa keju anjir, astaga. Juga keju kan. Butter maksudnya. Butter tuh keju kan, butter. Malam nggak butuh dulu. Udah pernah dapet gua sih. Apa lagi? Garam. Tomat. Sebenarnya nilai tuh potensinya di KKS bang. Ya aku tahu, cuman aku nggak mau. Ya aja bagus kalau punya. Kita tunggu konten aja lah. Kalau gitu. Soalnya aku penasaran aja konten itu sebagus apa. Kayaknya nanti dari ini. Tunggu ada karakter yang tipe yang skin-nya HP gitu. Ya apa? Tipenya itu startnya dari HP gitu. Firasatku ya, niloku yang RT sebelumnya itu bisa sampai 50k ya. Firasatku sih. Cuman nggak banyak harap lah kata. Sampai 50k kalau gitu. Ya, cuman sayangnya aku nggak ada kak. Aku nggak bisa gacha weapon. Sebenarnya sih kalau 4 set nggak akan nyampe 50. Tapi firasatku bisa sih. Cuman cek aja lah. Itu wolf teman-teman. Gila loh. Terus saat event ini doang ya aku butuh wolf. Paling sih 40k. Kalau gua bisa kayak. Punya kamu itu bang. Barin dulu. Punya kamu itu bisa itu. Farming tenacity. Tapi itu masalahnya bell flame-nya tuh agak useless. Itu dia masalahnya. Seandainya ada Kli atau Mika yang enak. Range-nya nggak sih bukan HP. Nah, itu tuh yang harus diperhatikan. Kamu tidak bisa menyangkal di box ya. Fokus ke RNG, berdoa kepada RNG itu tidak bisa lu melakukan hal yang cukup gitu. Banyak-banyak ini, banyak-banyak doa. Dulunya aku tuh biasa pakai farming Goku, tapi sekarang malah aku butuh Goku. Buset, itu belian semua ini item ini. Oma udah sering kalau ke supporter sering begitu. Saya juga kok. Ya gua tuh ada tuh Maiden dapatnya bagus-bagus. Itu yang udah ketiga kali. Oke, kita ke sini. Ini item muda ini. Terkadang tuh dunia itu tidak memihak kita tuh. Jadinya kayak gitu. Ya remote TV satu pakai nyari case HP udah persen. Dunia itu tidak balance teman-teman. Aduh. Gagal. Setidaknya tuh kalau ada defense ya defense gitu, tapi kalau kadang-kadang nggak ada juga gitu. Dunia itu tidak sempurna teman, jadinya kayak gitu. Kalau dari gua sih kayaknya bisa 50 gua. Bau-baunya sih, tapi nggak tahu lah nanti gimana. Aku tuh bingung, gua tuh flat HP-nya tuh lebih gede dari Hutau nggak ya, nanti aku cek lah. Kan Hutaunya kan HP gede kan. HP Hutau itu kan gede, nah itu juga gede dong. Nanti aku cek di apa, di situ. Di apa namanya, di hanya antar, cobalah. Challenge complete. Oh, krim. HP-nya ini lebih gede dari Hutau. Kalau gitu bagus lah dong. Kemungkinan besar bisa kayaknya. Walaupun beda satu poin aja kan. Itu bisa 50 kan kayaknya. Kayaknya ya, tahu. Nanti aku cek dulu. Ya salah. Nanti aku cek. Oh, aku udah habis. Aku mentok 30-an klik masih mentok 30-an klik M. Itu secara garis besarnya itu. Kayaknya nggak sih mau aku langsung gede cuy mau orang. Oke, aku cek dulu ya honey hunternya ya. Kecuali pakai RT baru lagi dosen. Itu beda lagi pak. RT aja 40% loh HP nya, gila nggak? Coba aku cek honey hunter dulu. Pengen cek perbedaan antara Hutau dengan ini. Hutau dengan Hilo, HP-nya berapa ya? Soalnya di akun gua tuh yang paling gede HP-nya cuman Hutau doang. Itu Hutau gua masih level 89 itu. Load this. Oke, kita cek. Di sini tuh HP bonus, wah 28%, kecil banget askennya. 15.185. Pak lebih gede Hutau pak, gila. Udah bisa ini, udah bisa. HP-nya lebih kecil walaupun ya bonus HP gitu kan, tapi kalau dipikir-pikir lagi potensinya nggak beda jauh ya. Iya kayaknya beda Beda 400. Itu gede bang kalau mau. Iya, tahu aku. Aku taunya HP-nya lebih gede daripada si Nilo. Jadi belum termasuk Asken ya ini ya. Asken dia Nilo tuh kan HP. Yang berarti bahwa si Hutau ini itu si Nilo ini tuh kalau dengan tombak kayaknya bakal akan setara dengan tombak ini kayaknya. Tombak ini ketasel kayaknya 46,4 46%. Beneran harus pakai ini apa namanya? Ada 20% tambahan lagi gitu. Udah bisa kayaknya ini. Kalau aku pikir-pikir lagi nggak akan bisa kayak gini. Soalnya firasatku nggak akan semudah itu untuk dapat 50k kayaknya. Kecuali dapat buff 10.000, buff 20% lagi. Kalau misalnya buff spiral. Nah, misalnya kalau buff spiral kayaknya bisa. Tapi secara garis besar kayaknya nggak bisa. This could be a problem lah. Sayang banget sih potensinya di situ ya. Gua kira HP-nya lebih gede, ternyata enggak cuy. Nah kalau kayak gini mah HP Nilo nggak akan sebagus dari yang gua kira kayaknya. Nggak akan sampai 50 kalau gua. Kayaknya antara 47 atau 48 lah. Soalnya yaw aja kan. Yaw ya. Aku tahu gua itu aja tuh yang pakai Gladet aja itu sumpah udah sampai 45% crit damage. 45.000 maksudnya. Salah. Nah, yaw itu sendiri itu berapa sih? Yaw.
I'm hungry. Let's hunt.
Tidak. Bentar.
I keep watch. You leave, you call me. I'm hungry. Let's hunt.
I keep watch. You leave, you call me. I'm hungry. Let's hunt. I smell rabbit. I'm hungry. Let's hunt. I keep watch. You leave, you call me. I smell rabbit.
Sorry, tadi ada orang Sambil jemuran lama. Jadi mah emang sebenarnya dari awal dia mic kurang.
This realm is...
Udah banyak harap sih.
If you ever...
Ya. Taruh channel, terima kasih sudah subscribe. Ini kayaknya aku AFK lagi kayaknya ini. Mak gua mau pergi kayaknya. Harus lihat dulu. Makanya aku harus cepet. I'm as fast as I can. Oh, it's on.
Oh, hey there! It's so good to see you!
Halo. Oh, makanan stick gitu.
I wish I was as good at cooking as you.
I wish I was good cooking this. Oh ya, voice actor Elo ini siapa ya? Abu-abu.
Hey there. I sure get to see a whole lot of new things traveling with you. I gotta say, I'd love to watch Silence try and wrap his head around this, teapot of yours.
Ini aku mau main game ini deh.
If you're asking
Oh,
whether
nggak
it's a
bisa ya
comfortable
ternyata.
place to
Lah.
stay, I mean, sure. Of course it is. But, I couldn't really see
nggak
myself
bisa?
living here for the long term. Sorry. No, nothing's wrong at all. Everything's great. Very charming. It's just that I'm more used to camping out in the wilds.
Kenapa
I'm
nggak
sure you
bisa?
know by now. Back where I'm from, not a day goes by without something to watch out for. Like giant machines running around all over the place, or hostile tribes that always seem to have it out for you, or evil machines bent on global extinction. To go from a life like that to something so safe, it'll take me some time to adjust, that's all.
Ntar guys ya. Oh, ini dulu. Depan dulu.
I keep watch. You leave, you call me. I'm hungry. Let's hunt. I keep watch. You leave, you call me. I smell rabbit. I keep watch. You leave, you call me. I smell rabbit. I keep watch. You leave, you call me. I smell rabbit. I keep watch. You leave, you call me. I'm hungry. Let's hunt. I smell rabbit.
Nah, akhirnya. Nah, mak gua akhirnya pergi. Ya.
Oh, look who it is. To what do I owe the honor? Or did you just need my help? Once you get accustomed to spicy food, everything else tastes bland. It's just the way it is.
Lagi nanti ya. Udah gua balik lah. Aku udah balik.
Hello. One moment, please. If I had known you'd pay me a visit, I would have spent more time getting ready.
Dia suka daging.
It's a bit greasy for my taste.
Dia nggak suka dengan daging.
Oh, it's you. All clear. No scent of alcohol on you. I just want to ask you this. Will you bring Blurvit next time?
Yo, hey there. Need some music? I'm in tip-top shape.
The taste ain't bad.
but it's lacking that special spark. I can help you with the presentation if you want.
Hello. Is there some matter of importance you wish to discuss with me? With some things, if you haven't grasped the essentials, all the hard work in the world can go to waste. Know what I mean?
Hello. I'm so happy to see you again. Can I do anything for you? I'm at your service.
Kurang favorit ini.
How can you make such a simple dish taste so good? My admiration towards you just keeps growing.
Rada temper foto.
Oh, hey there! It's so good to see you. I'm just not used to this taste. Sorry, nothing to do with you, of course.
Gila suka dengan tasting.
Oh, it's you. All clear. No scent of alcohol on you. Hey! What do you take me for? Some sort of stray cat?
Just take it.
Oh, look who it is. To what do I owe the honor? Or did you just need my help?
Dia nggak ada loh untuk taruhnya ke Eloy. Aneh. That's
Once you get accustomed to spicy food, everything else tastes bland. That's just the way it is.
Hello. Is there some matter of importance you wish to discuss with me? With some things, if you haven't grasped the essentials, all the hard work in the world can go to waste. Know what I mean?
Hello. One moment, please. If I had known you'd pay me a visit, I would have spent more time getting ready. Thank you for the opportunity to try this dish. I will always savor it.
Seorang.
Hello. Can I do anything for you? How can you make such a simple dish taste so good? My admiration towards you just keeps growing.
Oh, to what do I owe the honor? Once you get accustomed to spicy food, everything else tastes bland. That's just the way it is.
Oh, hey there! It's so good to see you. I wish I was as good at cooking as you.
Ini doang. Kadang apa kayak hot. Ya ini ya. Respons.
Hey, it's you! How are you doing? If you want to pass the time, you can't go wrong hanging out with me. Good food really perks you up and, puts you in the mood to share some stories. Ooh, actually, I got a good one. You've got to hear this one.
Ini ya.
Hey, it's you! If you want to pass the time, you can't go wrong hanging out with me.
Udah balik, udah selesai.
It feels like there's a specter swirling around in my stomach. That can't be ideal.
Ya udah puyeng dia. Aku keluar aja. Ini Eloy kayaknya ganti aja. Halo kekeh.
Hello. Oh, it's you. I remember you.
Aku juga tidak ingat dengan kamu.
Hello, I remember you.
Kayak gitu doang responsnya. Aneh.
Cold. I like it, but no flavor.
Tidak ada rasa manis. Mata Karena. Aku udah di sini udah komplain bang.
Hello. If you have any outstanding work, feel free to delegate it to me. I appreciate the thought, but meat's not really my thing.
Walaupun dia keturunan daging. Daging.
Hello. If you have any outstanding work, feel free to
Saya
delegate it
nanti
to
mau
me.
balik. Mana Nila atau Nahida? Kamu Nahida aja, kan ada Nilo.
I appreciate the thought, but meat's not really my thing.
Puding bukanlah daging anjir. You should know about that. Ya puding itu bukan daging. Puding itu bukan daging kan you. Kurang ajar. Kurang ajar ya. Kenapa kamu mikir kayak gitu guys? Nah bang, ala bang Ismi Alpin. PT 43. Iya, kamu tuh ngebadut di Nahida aja. Kamu tuh harus ngebadut di sana, terus kamu, nah kayak gitu lah pokoknya. Iya, lebih karang sering ditipu. Ya kayaknya entah kenapa ya, kalau gue tuh kalau lagi ngecil, lagunya tuh lagu semangat gitu. Ngerti lagi gue, tapi kalau ngecil ngantuk gue men. Nahida aja, iya Nahida aja kamu itu. Soalnya kamu tuh kurang Nahida. Kalau kamu dapet Nahida, kamu bisa pakai tim yang aku rekomendasikan kemarin Bang Hakim. Nah, di MC itu gantiin si Nahida gitu. Trust me man. Lu spiral aja kewalahan lo, apalagi gua yang mainin akun lu. Paling aku dapat B5 sisa 10-an. Sering-sering main sih kata gua. Sering-sering main, sering event. 10 hari itu kalau untuk satu event itu bisa kayaknya. Lagian nggak terlaluan sih. Akhirnya broken ya, emang broken. Broken to the point.
Clouds high. The birds call.
You can't run! Let's light it up!
Mana kalau red off, kalau red on ya bagus tuh. Kalau review nggak apa ya, review lah, selalu buka review sampai aku off stream. Nanya ya review. Nanti aku buat skripsi aja.
Everybody stand that punishment! Mola, get them! Eat this!
Itu gak aneh tapi ayah kakak lebih aneh lah.
One with wind and cloud.
Ya kakak nggak Tim Nilo agak sulit kalau main musuhnya jauh-jauh. Ya makanya menyesuaikan. Menyesuaikan dapat yang kayak gini lagi gua. Publik dendro. Sampai kadangnya. Itu kalau aku naikin kayaknya M yang dipakai Nahida useless deh. Buset lu, anjir kadang. Mereka pakai Sky. Nggak hanya pakai Sky, enggak. Aku nggak pakai 4 biji Blizzard. Malah aku pakai 2 set dan itu pun artefak yang paling apa namanya? Paling friendly lah untuk sekelas bos. Orang yang suka sering lawan bos jadi ya gitu. Ini kayaknya aku punya potensi untuk gantiin artefak, tapi kayaknya aku meragukan sesuatu deh. Ada yang aku pengen meragukan sesuatu tapi ya makanya aku pengen coba. Tapi apa artefak? Ini aja. Online ini. Bentar aku mau cek dulu monanya. Terkadang tuh kalau ada mona dia copotan kadang. Wah nggak ada. Tapi bentuknya ada yang ini juga. Oke. Ini kunci dulu ini, clear rate yang gede banget gila itu. Naikin Nahida juga. Mana gobletnya? Di mana goblet dendro nih? Nggak ada AM sih sayangnya, jadi damage-nya nggak naik. Oh, speaking of devil teman-teman. Oke, update ya. Ya, sayang sekali teman-teman. Naiknya dev lagi. Cuman aku punya firasat bagus. Baca clear sih. Hidup lagi bang ya, saya hidup lagi. Sorry ya bang Zaf tadi, aku lagi AFK tadi. Kamu nanya ya. Kamu juga nanya tadi. Aku cek tadi. Sama ada sih ya, ada nggak sih yang jelek? Aduh, banyak yang tumpuk. Tanggung. Oh iya, 10. Nah, gitu kan. Biar kesini juga. Ya, tag man. Harapnya gue ini sih. Udah bisa naik artefak lagi. Kembaliin aja kok. Slotnya udah penuh lagi. Udah cukup lagi, aduh. Kembaliin aja. Ini itu kenapa tuh nanya tuh? Kamu bisa. Ayah broken. Dan juga sih ayah itu udah kenapa? Udah ada penggantinya dia. Ya sih kalau untuk situasi tertentu itu bisa ya. Kayak kayak damage tadi. 300. Tidak. Naik semua anjir. Bad situation. Tidak sekali pak dendronya. Aku nggak bisa lepas ini artefak soalnya ini kritikal. Ya. Spiritnya cuman ada Nahida doang. Ya lagi busuk-busuknya ternyata. That's bad.
You can't run! Teamwork is strength! Shiver!
I'm the frying pan, it's the fire! Hey!
Clouds high. The birds come.
Judgment! Adventure time!
Tuh, bismillah aja, aku butuh cookie soalnya. Akun ini butuh cookie. Kalau gua dapet cookie kayaknya bisa. Dan naikin Razer gua. Pokoknya nanti pakai Dark Iron kayak. Dark Iron Swoto kayaknya. Sama tempat bunga cicing tuh di mana? Cicing tuh di sini. Di tempat pegunungan. Di sini banyaknya, di sini. Nah, di sini kuncing di situ. Sama di pegunungan sini, dia itu di atas apa sih namanya? Puncak dia tuh. Biasanya antara gunung-gunung di sini dia tuh bakal spawn. Di sini, mana lagi ya? Di sini, dekat-dekat puncak gunung dia tuh. Jadi pendaki lagi saya bosan. Iya. Halo, ya ampun.
You can't run!
No.
I'm going in!
As one with wind and cloud.
Eat this! Goga, get them!
Judgment! Punishment!
Thank you, aku nggak bisa lihat siapa.
You can't run!
Nyampin.
Off we go!
Iya. Jadi pendaki. Sebenarnya nggak juga sih. Aku nggak begitu banyak pengaruh juga Genshin tuh. Soalnya yang pertama Genshin itu selalu di rute artefak. Jadi Genshin tuh bukan jadi hal yang umum lah tuh gua. Apalagi Valgrace, walaupun Valgrace langka, Genshin juga langka. Tapi kalau ada rute artefak yang berada di jalur itu biasa aja kata gue. Itu kalau gue
Everybody stand back! Shiver!
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Yeah!
nice, apa? Minum itu bunganya cici. Valgrace juga di rute artefak bagi gua nggak masalah. Selama kalau dia bukan rute artefak, nah itu yang jadi bahaya. Yang bukan rute artefak itu ada sih. Kira apa? Dari semua rute artefak itu, yang nggak ada item susah banget itu tuh ada sih beberapa. Viparias, Ajelignat ini. Kalau dia ngasken itu, Sangoper, Rukasva, nah itu tuh Adisara juga kayak. Tapi kita lewat biasanya ada di tempat. Di Sumeru City tuh ada tuh. Kalpalata nih, Inggris Pupa, Scarab, ini yang paling nyebelin. Terus satunya lagi tuh Glass Lily kadang ada gitu. Cuman iya Glass Lily jarang juga ya. Tapi saat lagi ya intinya gitulah. Terus Forstel yang susah tuh. Forstel Starcons masih oke lah. Starcons sih ya masih oke juga lah kata. Sakura Bloom apalagi. Terus Romero masih oke soalnya ada rutenya. Dendrobium itu sering gua dapet itu. Sama kamu sering gua dapet. Mana ya? Ya itu aja sih. Ajelignat, Viparias ini tuh di tempat ini doang. Nara dong. Duluan Kak, oke thank you. Kasih Kak. Udah dijawab ya, thank you. Jadi intinya tuh agak susah sih. Aku mau naikin Razernya belum kapok nih. Moga aja critical R sih. Jangan ada kredemik lah, please lah. Soalnya aku butuh energinya jadi. Is relying on energy rather than effort. Jarang sih ada di desa dekat domain Crimson Cyclist Lily. Bukan jarang, malah hampir gak pernah aku lihat. Kayaknya itu hoki-hokian kadangnya. Tapi terkadang juga ada yang dapat, juga ada yang kagak gitu. Kalaupun ada nge-quest doang kayaknya itu. Horse kalau kalau misalnya ada askennya itu adalah hostel, aku nggak ngerti lagi men. Banyak cuy yang minta di wall orang pasti. Bang minta hostel bang. Hostel apaan sih? Untuk naikin karakter si A. Item-item yang sangat langka itulah yang membuat gue jengkel sih. Kenapa ada yang kayak gitu ya? First buat item kayak gitu. Mas aku tuh jangan nanggung gitu. Kenapa nggak sekalian aja gitu? Enggak. Tapi intinya kayak gitu pokoknya. Blasten jarang aku. Kayaknya buang aja lah. Gak banyak demenan gua. Ini tuh sebenarnya gua pengen farming build film sama Blasten ini tuh karena apa? Oh, karena ini sebelum Skybox rilis. Yes. Terus tinggalnya aku belum kayak bentar. Sebelum Skybox rilis tuh banyak yang aku sering farming itu. Akun ini tuh jadi tumbalan juga saat itu. Ntar ya, aku mau naikin dulu ini apa. Lala bang Diana Chansas Musafir YouTube Uwi Selebeu. Selamat datang stay ini. Saya. Shoot. Seret. Oh, nice. Energi Richard teman-teman. Not bad. Ini kalau ada cookie gue pakein cookie gue. Atau enggak Raiden Shogun gitu. 149. Belum termasuk pasifnya elektrosigilnya si ini ya. Si Razer ya. Ada karakter Toho yang mirip dengan Hutao, siapa lah namanya? Mirip banget gitu. Oh ini kata kamu 300. Oke lah ini. Cuman Pak diminishing Bapak. Diminishing ini. Nanti aja crit damage-nya kayak attack itu. Bagus ini, tinggal talentnya, skill ini jangan lupa, terus diminishing ini. Apa bagus ini? 1016 anjir gila. Bagus ini. Bagus mah ini gila. Sama kali aku dapet 300 ya. Dari simper. Energi nggak issue saya. Issue sih sedikit. Bisa dikopel dengan ayat dengan Diona. Atau Shenhe bisa itu, tapi Valvonius harusnya. Val bagus.
Time to go.
Cuman demi menghindari diminishing harus ganti crit rate ya. Kasih buff sana ya. Apa maksud buffnya? Kalau misalnya buff adalah buff attack ya bisa-bisa aja. Ganti aja itu attack dengan crit itu circuit crit damage bukan attack. Sama itu gila 240 aduh 240 lu nggak pakai misplitter aja udah kuat banget gila itu asli 300 44 crit damage kan, itu dikurangin 300 itu 260, gila. 250. Lu pakai amenoma aja udah cukup kata gue sih. Lu pakai splitter lagi lebih kuat lagi malah. Tapi aku nggak tahu sih kalau kena diminishing return atau tidak ya. Soalnya aku bukan spesialis. Karena pakai splitter 260, iya. Gede banget itu. Aku udah ngerasain itu kayak kamu udah gede banget kemarin sih. Masih sih pantas lu. Oki-okian kadang coba-coba. Coba dulu. Kalau kan ada goblet attack kayak goblet, circlet attack kan. Kalau bisa ganti itu aja gitu. Iya ketahuan. Nah. Bagus itu arema gila. Kalau punya gua anjir. Kalau gua malah lebih aneh lagi, tapi kayaknya targetnya itu dengan create 50 susah deh. Gila itu hoki setahun itu. Kelepas. Oke, event di sini selesai kayaknya aku langsung Faruzan kayaknya. Susah cari circle attack lo, susah. Adiosan bang. Lu gua malah sering lo dapet circle attack lo. Malah ada yang bagus lo. Aku mau lock out dulu. Nah, let's go. Kalau gua malah lebih ini malah sering dapet lo. Apalagi saat itu ada blizzard kalau nggak salah. Sampai dapat sektor blizzard kira 2 biji cuma dapat dari scam box. Ya soalnya create damage itu. Gimana kalau bukan gitu? Targetnya attack, soalnya kamu pakai splitter. Diminishing banget itu. Sudah melebihi golden ratio itu. Mana tadi? Jadi aku rasa solusinya adalah cari damage segede mungkin kata gue. Ada sih potensi penggantinya itu. Cari attack gitu terpaksa. Kalau udah gede dari awal pakai itu aja apa? Full attack tuh apa sih? Weapon terbaik full attack tuh apa aja ya? Apa sih yang emas-emas itu weapon apa namanya? Nggak tahu namanya apa. Aku lupa namanya itu. 5 star lainnya apa yang kayak emas-emas itu yang paling tergede saat ini tuh. Summit Chapter, nah ya. Summit Chapter. Aran juga kayaknya. Enggak sih salah. Iya yang cuma ngadain attack itu cuman Summit Shaper doang. Mungkin ada aliran albedo kayaknya harus kamu dapetin ini deh bang. Summit Shaper. Nggak ada gue sayang. Atau kalau dapet pedang langit gitu atlas gitu kan. Mungkin aja kamu dapet. Ya siapa tahu gitu. Kira ada orang. Saya yang pasifnya splitter. Ya mau gimana lagi? Kalau misalnya splitter mau rebutan gitu. Ya bisa kamu. Kecuali kamu punya 2 splitter mungkin itu sudah lebih dari cukup. Tapi kalau misalnya misalnya splitter direbutin lah. Tapi sebenarnya kamu aja yang rebutin splitter aja. Itu benar-benar nggak akan pengaruh kayak kamu loh bang. Soalnya gini aja. Secara logis aja, itu kan udah bagus kan. Lu pakai amenoma aja udah lebih bagus sih. Sebutan nama siapa? Itu kecing, Kea atau gimana gitu. Siapa aja yang butuh? Kecing. Al hitam nih, al hitam nih. Al hitam, Yanto, kecing. Terus Kea mungkin ada yang pakai ya. Ya. Untuk saat ini sih. Cing-cingku pakai weapon payung. Weapon payung. Stupid sekali. Kalau itu sudah membuahkan tekadmu ya udah nggak apa-apa sih. Cuman ada saat dimana kamu harus ganti gitu. Ada saat tapi nggak sekarang. Cuman baru sana kan nama Denrep. Farming apa gua? Farming apa gua anjir? Oh iya, aku mau farming Eula. Hubung tameng hari ini teman-teman. Gabut amat gua anjir. Gua juga lebih gabut lah. Malah gua naikin Ember malah. Ember Lisa itu. Nggak ada yang gua kerjain. Soalnya gua udah UID gua kayak gitu. Main setiap hari kayak gini. Justru gua yang paling gabut. Nah. Itu bedanya kamu punya weapon tergede semua. Ini kayak gua startnya ini. Kayak gua. Tapi harus 4F. Bagus ya, kayak gua anjir, udah beda jauh loh. Asli udah beda jauh. Kabut kerjain akun gua. Naikin dulu Bang Hakim, jangan gua itu urusin akunmu itu. Punya kamu, kenapa kamu gitu? Nih, ini diluk kayak. Gua juga kayak gini. Tapi bedanya kamu 5 star. PC murahan sekali. Ya PC racing aku males ya. Kenapa Anda males? Anda punya Nilo kok. Kenapa kamu males? Mau naikin Eula gua. Eula masih di sono, jadi nggak bisa masuk ke sini, masih di perkampungan, mau menuju OTW ke rumah gua. Jadi kita harus memberikan sebuah hadiah untuk dia. Bikin apa gua? Nasional aja.
A walk would be nice.
Artenya. Ya pakai. Ya kamu ke itu aja Tenacity, Bang. Domain Tenacity itu. Kejar-kejar lah itu. Kopir pertimbangannya sangat bagus kan, Bang. Apalagi ulas sama Nilo kalau hitung gue gitu pusing. Kalau secara detail emang kayak gitu, cuman kalau pengen sedapat mungkin tuh susah, Pak. Bukan cuman males tapi memang nggak ada waktu lagi.
The birds come.
You're toast! Nice and spicy! Get out of here!
I will have order.
Masih lama ya olah. Nggak apa-apa.
Gather.
Everybody stand
I believe in my places.
into the fire! Let's light it up!
As one with wind and cloud.
Ini dibalikin lagi dan di base buat tim yang males support jadi di base lah. Justru gua di supportnya malah lebih lebih kuat malah. Yau gua nih aku pengen dapat 2 set healing gitu kan. Datangnya men. Lihat cek di Maiden gua men. Oh, lihat tuh bagus banget kan. Apalagi bulunya lagi. Jadi Anda tuh tidak sendirian. Justru support gua malah lebih bagus daripada kalian-kalian.
Get out of here!
Adventure time!
Stabilize. Order guide you.
Teamwork is strength!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Solidify.
Nice and spicy!
Ya beginilah, sudah itu tidur. Oh ya, lupa gua. Aku mau ini. Aku mau Faruzan men, belum selesai baru 1. Lupa gua apa sih rutenya. Misterius ya. Ya tinggalku bagus nggak guys temen-temen. Jadi ada teman gua pakai kli gitu. Cuman kli dia 43.000 gara-gara carry Kazua Bennett doang. Aku berdamage ya aku nge-support gimana. Sudah kajaran ya bagus banget. Pagi nggak punya Naida. Gue baterai doang bang. See ya. Oke, thank you bang Alpin ya. See you. Langsung quest.
What now? She seems so busy. Master said there's no rush, but I know that he's been busy working on something at Party's DI, so he hasn't returned to Gandharvaville for several days now. I feel for Madame Faruzan, but I still want to ask her to come with us. But if I get her in trouble with the academia, then she won't have the time to help Master. What should I do? Oh, this is such a headache.
Ada 2 pilihan kan ini. Dulu tuh. Tapi kita ke bawah dulu.
But if someone does complain to the academia, wouldn't it make Faruzan's situation more awkward? And if the academia investigated and found her at Party's DI, things would get even worse for her. Do you have some way to invite her over to Party's DI without stepping on the academia's toes? Okay then. I'm counting on you.
Apa yang ingin kau lakukan, Faruzan?
I have to teach students from Haravatat or Okasharawar a favor. It strikes me that they might be even less happy about such a deal than I am.
I think I can sympathize with them.
Madame Faruzan, we're back. Sorry for asking again, but are you sure you can't go to Party's DI today?
Well, since you're asking me so sincerely, let's just ignore the academia and...
Please, Madame Faruzan, focus. Today's the deadline.
Today's the deadline.
Huh?
Yes. I see. No wonder he sent you two over. Why, that lad didn't make it very clear in his letter, now did he? Otherwise, I would have reported it as part of my research.
Yeah, that's right. Master sent us over to explain everything to you.
Wait. Opportunities for collaborative research don't just come out of thin air. This seems like too much of a coincidence. Also, there isn't much overlap between Madame Faruzan's research and that of Amorta, right? What will you even be collaborating on?
Master wants to research,
A fully automated irrigation system.
A fully automated irrigation system?
Precisely. It's a system that can automatically adjust the amount of water it provides based on the season and the plant species involved.
Apa aja, soalnya lama banget cerita. Mau pengen kelarin semua.
I saw a similar mechanism while exploring a rune in the rainforest. That's why Tainari wanted to collaborate with me.
A mechanism like that exists? Why haven't I heard of it before?
I found it 100 years ago, so it's only natural that you don't know about it. Why don't you go ask your teacher's teacher? Perhaps they've heard about it from their teacher.
Abang penasaran, Faruzan ini umurnya berapa sih? Kenapa dia bilang berani banget 100 tahun lalu gitu?
But we can't prove its existence one way or the other, right?
Fret not. I'll have Tainari write an official proposal to the academia later. That should do it, right?
An official proposal. Fine. We haven't made any progress with either the collaborative project or the elective course anyway. I'll go inform my superiors now. Please do take care of the paperwork as soon as possible. Don't delay this any longer.
Sure. I'll be sure to needle him until he gets it done.
Yes, kayaknya kalau aku gacha Nilo,
Phew. I think she bought it.
kayaknya aku mau facecam open deh. Open facecam. Tapi facecam ini laptop maksudnya. Jadi bisa ngecek muka gua nanti gimana kalau lagi kesel. Misalnya kalau gua red off gimana muka gua gitu kan.
Even though this is our first
Gimana,
meeting,
guys?
I must say, we make a good team.
Wow! You made up that excuse on the spot, huh? Madam Faruzan, did you really find an irrigation system 100 years ago? If the academia asks for any details...
Who knows? It's been 100 years, so it wouldn't be too surprising if I've forgotten a few details, no?
Huh? Then how will we explain things to them?
I'll let Tainari worry about whatever documents we might need to send to the academia. If I'm right, the request he has in store for me won't be any simpler than the academia nonsense.
Mysterious Senior. The Ring of Lonesome Shadow. Yeah, kita kembali lagi tempat Nari.
Master, we're back! Huh? Where did he go?
You don't have to shout. I can hear you. Well, you got here much faster than I expected. I thought you'd have a lot more business to take care of.
Thanks to the Traveler, I was able to, pawn off various problems of mine onto others.
Tandanya kuliah ada hangoutnya ya.
Onto others? What does that mean?
What does that mean?
We can discuss that later. You're looking for me because of the thing you mentioned in the letter, right?
That's right. Please, follow me.
Please, follow. Nah, oh ini kayak robot-robot itu nggak sih? Iya bener cuy. Yang robot ini cuy. Kata namanya.
A monster? Why is there a monster here?
Don't be scared, Kale. This is the mechanical life form the Traveler and I saved a while back. Its name is Karkata. It's the final work of a late junior of mine.
You mean Abatui? He must have been a genius to create one of such polish all by himself.
Tumben dia tahu loh.
It's uncommon that a Spontamod researcher is able to create such an intricate machine. If he were still around, we could probably chat the day away. What a shame.
Dia mengangguk-ngangguk.
Something seems wrong here. Have you been maintaining it? Mechanical life forms are much more fragile than they look.
Is Karkata sick?
Karkata has been lying down like this since a few days ago. It could be an old malfunction acting up again. I've taken a few courses conducted by Spontamod before, so I've managed to perform some passable repairs on Karkata's energy supply module. However, it seems the issue this time is with its transmission. My knowledge can only prevent its condition from deteriorating any further, but Madam Faruzan, you should be able to find a way to repair it.
Not necessarily. Mechanical life forms are created using techniques from alchemy, elemental science, and more. There are multiple modules here that influence each other. A simplistic knowledge of mechanisms will not serve here. You know that as well.
Oh iya, aku penasaran ya. Tighnari itu kan voice actornya udah hilang kan? Udah kontraknya udah habis ya gara-gara insiden itu ya. Gimana kalau kontraknya di main sekarang ini tuh ada ya?
Each mechanical life form is very different from the next. So even I cannot be sure if my understanding of mechanical life forms is going to be of any use to our little crab friend here.
Mereka akan ngebuat lagi nggak ya? Soalnya itu sudah insidennya itu sebelum 3.5. Nah ini sekarang 3.6 nanti itu gimana ya voice actingnya? Apakah Tighnari bakal akan beda lagi? Aku juga penasaran ya.
Karkata. Can you all go outside for a minute? I need a bit of space. Before I do a thorough check, everything we've just said is but conjecture.
All right. We're counting on you, Madam Faruzan.
Who knew that I'd encounter a mechanical life form in this manner after 100 years?
Ingkong tag.
I didn't know mechanical life forms could get sick too. You have to get better soon, Karkata.
Dan aku juga tidak tahu kalau robot itu bisa sakit.
We'll wait here till Faruzan finishes her inspection. In the meantime, I'd like to talk to you about her. Her past, huh? Quite a few people in the academia know about what happened to her. Perhaps it'd be best if I'm the one to tell you. I've told you before that she disappeared for 100 years, right? From her perspective, trapped might be a more apt description. Her exact words were,
That ruin was crawling with traps and coded inscriptions from wall to wall. I did all I could to decipher the code and deactivate the traps to escape the ruin, but there was no way out. I lost track of time and I ran out of pen and paper. In the end, I had to use stone shards to write on the walls and on the floor to decipher the code. Then, before I realized it, I ran out of space on the walls and floor. I had to calculate all the possibilities in my mind.
Gimana?
After that, my memory started to become fuzzy, and my cognition slowed down.
she doesn't remember anything else, including the location of the ruin and how she finally managed to escape. When she was found in the outskirts of Sumeru a few years ago, she looked exactly the same as she did 100 years prior. However, she was in a stupor and struggled to form sentences. Only after a lengthy recovery period could she speak again. The academia speculates that she must have gotten trapped in an unknown ruin while researching machines a century ago. And because of the ruin's special properties that halted her aging, she was able to use those 100 years to crack the trapping mechanism and then escape. Though she had finally broken free, 100 years had passed. Everyone she knew, and everyone who knew her, was already gone. In the end, even the academia had to rely on century-old records in the Akasha to confirm her existence.
Mesin yang benar-benar lebih canggih aja tidak bisa menyembuhkan memorinya si Faruzan.
Don't make that face. I'm not telling you this because I want to drum up sympathy. She wouldn't want others to pity her because of past events. Rather, she sees that period of entrapment as an experimental error. As a researcher, she must accept everything that results from her experiments, even if they don't fall within expectations. Even after going through so much, she's returned to Sumeru and still hasn't given up on her research. Due to changes over the years and drift in academic subjects, she holds some rather strong opinions about the current academia, and she has no shortage of detractors herself. What I want to say is that no matter what era we're in, Faruzan is a true senior researcher in every sense of the word. She has her own deep understanding of various ruins and machines. If there's a chance, you should talk about them with her. It'll definitely be helpful for your journey.
Nanti itu gimana ya? Siapa sih yang pernah kita nge-spoke tiba-tiba gara-gara nyelamatin Wanderer tuh? Siapa namanya? Bagaimana kalau dia mengetahui Faruzan itu? Mungkin dia akan nge-spoke kita juga kayaknya.
Master, Madam Faruzan's done.
Oh? Let's head over. With any luck, she might have figured something out.
Itu kayak Wonder juga ada sih di sini.
I never thought that I'd encounter a restitution module once again after 100 years. Abatui really installed quite a few impressive things on this. If my guess is correct, this mechanical life form has displayed attempts at self-sustenance before, right? Such as collecting parts to repair itself, for instance?
It used them for something else, but as far as its design goes, it does have a function like that.
I knew it. If I'm not wrong, Karkata's issue lies with its restitution module. Abatui's modified this module extensively, but the core parts and design philosophy are very similar to the principles as I know them. They are all based on principles learned from the ruins. The creators of the ruins machine once tried to create a perpetual mechanism that could replace life or even surpass it. The restitution module is the result of one of their countless attempts. It replicates the behavior of living things to achieve a self-repair function. However, the energy required in maintenance of the module became an issue.
Energy consumption? Maintenance?
For example, a living thing's heart can deliver nutrients and blood to various organs. However, the bigger the living thing, the more powerful the heart needs to be.
Ow.
Once the heart is damaged, it'll be hard for that living thing to heal itself, and even the function of other organs can be affected. Thus, the attempt wasn't widely adopted. Even 100 years ago, I'd only seen it once before. Oh dear, this is going to be a problem. Based on my current research, I'll need to swap out the damaged parts in the restitution module to repair Karkata. But like I just said, the module is rare, even by the standards of ancient machines. Not only that, but there is very little related research documentation available. Finding suitable parts would be like trying to find a single gear in the vast desert, to say nothing of the difficulty in making those parts from scratch. One can only wonder where Abatui found the original parts.
I might have an idea. Abatui was, for a time, quite passionate about excavating the Great Red Sand. This was when he had just gotten expelled from the academia.
You mean to say he found a restitution module in the desert? Well, that is indeed possible.
Indeed,
But
possible.
the desert's huge! How are we supposed to find the parts that Karkata needs?
According to the Academia's records, no similar parts have been found in the Great Red Sand over the past 100 years. If we want to try our luck, we'll have to explore ruins that have never been explored before.
I do know that a Vahumana researcher formed an expedition team after the sandstorms and earthquakes subsided. They are now exploring areas of the desert that used to be difficult to access.
Should we ask them if they've made any new discoveries lately?
The chances are slim, but it's at least more effective than running around like headless chickens.
His name is Raid. I think he's stationed at the northeast part of the Hypostyle Desert. Let's go look for him once Karkata settles down.
Oh, you and Kale should probably stay. Karkata's condition may be stable, but it would still be better if some of us stay to look after it. Besides, you still need to take care of the trouble that the Academia left for me.
Trouble from the Academia? I thought you said you pawned it off to someone else. Wait, don't tell me.
I'll let Kale fill you in on the details. I look forward to seeing your work, Tainari.
A fully automated irrigation system. That's quite the task.
Master, can I help with anything at all? I can go buy things. Prepare pen and paper.
Oh, you know, I seem to remember that you have a lot of homework today.
Huh? Oh, yeah. I do.
Well, hurry up and finish it so you can sleep early, or Faruzan will worry. That's the best thing you can do now to help.
Oh, okay.
Let's go. Postal Desert di mana ya? Wow, beneran ke tempat ini. Desert coy. Sebentar, jangan tim ini. Kita pakai tim ini aja. Wow, buset, apa gitu? Rune Drake anjir yang bos anjir. Wah, gila.
What is this?
Halt! Mr. Raid's permission is required to proceed any further. That still won't do. Mr. Raid told us to keep people away from the ruins so they don't damage the site.
Damage the site? I've excavated more ruins than you've visited restaurants. Which batch of students is Raid from? I want to see him right now.
He isn't at the campsite now. You should all leave. Only he can give you permission to enter.
What a stubborn guy. You're right. Even if there is new information, we still have to wait for him to come back so we can ask him about it. So let's just see what we can find out from the people here. I'm going to give that Raid a good talking to when he gets back. Starting from who in the world mentored you?
Waduh, battle coy. Oh bukan, aku kira battle.
That machine looks amazing! Could it be the legendary Ruin Wanderer? The location seems to fit too. Might that legend actually be true?
Aku kira battle.
The ruins? Don't know anything. We were only hired to deliver water and supplies to them. Forget excavation. They won't even let us get close to the camp where they're staying.
This area used to be ravaged by frequent sandstorms, but it's been calm lately for some reason. They say that this was done by a single traveler? But seriously, is such a thing even humanly possible?
It's possible, man.
Well, I found out everything I could. Is there anything that stands out to you? The villagers were hired to deliver supplies, but they haven't been allowed near the campsite. That's definitely odd. However, I'm more concerned about this Ruin Wanderer they speak of. Ruin Wanderer. That's the first time I've heard that name. But that wreckage did seem a bit weird. It's a bit far away, and I can't really say for sure from this distance. Perhaps we should ask the villager from before about the legend first.
Let's see go.
Huh? What are you guys doing back here?
I want to learn more about the legend of the Ruin Wanderer.
I wouldn't blame you for not knowing about it, youngsters. After all, it's a tale that's over a decade old. It's said that this monster, the Ruin Wanderer, traversed through various ruins for centuries. Many adventurers had claimed to see it while exploring. Some said that it was like a giant, while others said that it was like a beast. However, none knew why it wandered the ruins. Then, about 10 years ago, we stopped hearing any news about it in Sumeru. No one has seen it since then, and the legend has since faded into memory. You youngsters probably don't know about the Ruin Wanderer nowadays, but it was famous for centuries.
Centuries? Impossible. I heard nothing about it back then. It could only have been around for a few decades at most.
Wait,
Aduh.
back then?
Ani Shupit tidur.
Indulge my curiosity for a
Yang bilang
moment.
kayak gitu, Bang Miftah.
Why do you think that wreckage is the Ruin Wanderer?
Well, I had also heard that secondhand from...
You heard that nonsense from the Eremites after they got drunk, right?
Who are you?
Madam Faruzan, it is a pleasure. I'm Raid, the one who organized this archaeological expedition. I'd heard of you at the academia, but I didn't expect to run into you here. Truly, it is an honor. And this must be the famous traveler, I presume. What brings the two of you here?
Have you found any special contraptions and relics in the ruins that you've been investigating?
I'm ashamed to say that we haven't found anything noteworthy, even though we've been investigating for a while now.
Really? That ruin wanderer isn't noteworthy to you?
I'm afraid those are mere rumors. Really, I sometimes wish that those people would put as much effort into their work as they do into gossiping.
You're right, sir. I'll get back to work now.
The wise do not buy into rumors, so it is said. I believe that you too, Madam Faruzan, do not put any stock into such baseless talk.
It is also said that real knowledge shall come from practice. I can help you research the excavated relics and see if I can find out anything new about them. You can take credit for any new discoveries. I believe this offer to be sufficiently attractive.
In truth, I could ask for nothing better than your help with our research. However, you two must be tired after a long journey. I'd feel bad if I set you to work immediately. It's getting late and my subordinates and I are heading back to the camp to rest. Why don't you find a place to spend the night first? We can continue our discussion tomorrow. There's a tent that the villagers occasionally use to rest. It's a bit simple, yes, but I hope you won't mind.
Since you need to rest as well, let's do just that.
Makeshift camp.
This is quite far away. Are they trying to prevent the villagers from eavesdropping on them? This suits us just fine, though. This way, they won't overhear our conversations either. Now, I have my suspicions about this archaeological expedition team and that machine wreckage. I only caught a quick glimpse, and it was from a distance. But based on the condition of the armor and joints, it didn't seem like something that had been lying around for centuries. At most, I'd estimate that it only stopped moving about a dozen years ago. Yes, the timing coincides with the spreading of the legend. Now, assuming that it really is the Ruin Wanderer, how do you suppose it was able to maintain a relatively good condition despite high-intensity operation over the course of several decades? That's right! Technically speaking, the module shouldn't be able to move such a large machine chassis. However, I'm basing my knowledge on the mechanical life forms I've seen before. Well, this was over 100 years ago. It was a machine about the same size as Karkata, actually. It couldn't carry heavy objects or fight, and was only able to help me record some notes. It also helped me deliver letters home. I found it near the desert, which is why I wondered if there might be more restitution modules buried around here. Honestly, people in ancient times might have already solved the problem of providing enough power for all I know. I'll need to research this properly. Had I confronted Raid right there and then, he would have said that he couldn't tell that the machine was special. Then he'd just hand it over to the Academia obediently, and he'd get away scot-free. If the wreckage were to be handed to the Academia, it'd be much tougher for us to do research on it or get spare parts for Karkata. Anyway, we should figure out what they're planning before making our next move. They insisted that we should stay the night, which means if they're trying to pull a fast one on us, they're likely to try tonight. We must be vigilant. Are those sounds coming from the excavation site? I knew they wouldn't be able to wait. They must be scared that we might discover something tomorrow. Not a single person guarding the campsite. This must be quite the manpower expenditure.
Waduh, sepertinya kita
I'll
akan
see if they left any clues behind at their camp. Keep watch and help me stall them if it comes to that, would you? All right. I'm counting on you.
kita sneaky peeky, teman-teman. Kira sneaky peeky. Bukan.
Why isn't the tent here yet? We need to switch it out tonight.
It's still on the way. I'm afraid this is the first time we're delivering such a huge one.
You good-for-nothings are just a load of trouble, aren't you? We wouldn't have to deal with these interlopers if you had kept those lips of yours from flapping. Hurry up and hide our current tent and deliver the new one to me tonight, no matter what it takes.
Huh? Who's there?
I'm sorry. I'm just a bit upset because my subordinates aren't doing their jobs properly. When did you get here? It's nothing. Just a tent. We didn't pack up all our tents from the last campsite. Some of them, along with a few people, have been left there. Someone damaged our current tent, so I'm trying to get my subordinates to get one from that previous campsite delivered here. The relics in the ruins are highly valuable, so I'm worried that treasure hoarders and bandits might try to steal them. Since the tent isn't here yet and I can't fall asleep, I came here to patrol. Well, these things are antiques after all. There will always be people interested in buying them. I hired so many people precisely because I was worried about that happening. Speaking of which, I'd like to ask, is the academia really aware that you've traversed through the desert to come here in the middle of the night? Also, where's Faruzan? Why isn't she with you?
I'm right here. Also, you forgot to address me as Madam.
Sorry, Madam Faruzan.
You were all making so much noise that I couldn't sleep, which is why I got the Traveler to find out what was going on. But for some reason, that one task took forever, so I came to check in on the situation.
I'm very sorry for disturbing your rest. I'll tell my subordinates to be quieter on patrol.
Good. Come on, Traveler. Let's head back. Yes, we came to check out the situation, didn't we? Well, we've already done that. We should get better rest so that we'll have energy to investigate tomorrow.
Temporary camp.
Sorry for disturbing your rest. I'll tell my subordinates to be quieter in the future.
Motionless.
Time to go.
Bawa-bawa akan bergerak gitu.
Thanks for dealing with them. Now, I found something good on my end. These are the excavation records from their campsite. According to them, the ruins have been raided before, with numerous traps and contraptions having already been triggered. I also observed the wreckage up close earlier. The weathering is nowhere near as extensive as on the relics that have been buried for over 100 years. There's no doubt that the wreckage and the ruins don't belong to the same era. Instead, it must have wandered into the ruins about a dozen years ago. It could have fallen into a trap or encountered a glitch within the ruins, remaining stationary like that until it was discovered recently. However, I still don't know why they'd want to hide it. I have no doubt that the researcher could definitely reach the same conclusion I did. The last few pages of the excavation records are written in code, which I still need time to decipher. The answer may lie within those pages. It's just wordplay. And if anything, that's my wheelhouse. Just a bit more. I see now.
Help! Please help!
Beneran.
Why are you running away? Come back! Protect me!
What's that sound? Is it?
Buset, beneran.
The Ruin Wanderer? Reactivated? That's impossible! Is this the work of some kind of hidden mechanism? Never mind. We have to focus on saving lives first. I'll cover them. You go stall the Ruin Wanderer. What? It ignored the Traveler?
Why is it chasing after us?
What could have caused it to reactivate? Did it give chase?
Darn it! Hey, come on, you lot! It's clear that we can't escape, so let's just attack it! It stopped? Hey, you guys, get up there and tell me what's going on.
But what if it suddenly moves?
You good-for-nothings. Why is everyone I hired so useless? Move! I'll do it myself. Looks like this thing's parts can't handle the load of functioning anymore after years of disrepair. When it first reactivated, I was wondering if it'd be as amazing as the legends had pegged it to be. I didn't expect it to be so much weaker than it looks. How disappointing.
Disappointing, you say? Now, is that because you won't be able to sell it for much?
Faruzan, you may be my senior as an academia researcher, but that doesn't mean you get to slander me.
You wrote these excavation records, did you not? Or perhaps calling it a ledger might jog your memory a bit better.
I don't recognize that thing.
January 3rd, excavated 5 tents. January 5th, 3 tents sold. January 10th, 1 special tent pre-sold. It must quickly be switched out with an old tent. You're supposed to be an archaeological expedition team, and yet here you are, secretly selling the relics and profiting from it. When you believed that you had found the wreckage of the Ruin Wanderer, you tried to switch in wreckage that you had excavated previously to pull the wool over the Academia's eyes. After all, there would probably be many wealthy buyers interested in purchasing the legendary Ruin Wanderer in the black market, yes? And then we arrived just before you could finish your work. That forced you to speed up your plan, and you tried to complete the switch overnight before I could investigate the wreckage. In your haste, however, you accidentally activated the Ruin Wanderer instead. Did I get that all right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You lack the curiosity befitting a man of knowledge, nor do you have respect for mechanical life forms. You're not fit to be a researcher.
Ridiculous. Curiosity? Respect? I'm not here to hear you preach. Hey, we're leaving.
Mr. Aid! Behind you? Why is it moving again? Run!
Some said that it was like a giant, while others said that it was like a beast. However, none knew why it wandered the ruins.
Technically speaking, the module shouldn't be able to move such a large machine chassis. However, I'm basing my knowledge on the mechanical life forms I've seen before. Centuries? Impossible. I heard nothing about it back then. It could only have been around for a few decades at most.
Why is it chasing after us?
So you've been looking for me this whole time?
Guru sir.
Long time no see, Tamimi.
What the heck was that mean?
Dear Faruzan, I hope you're doing well. It has been over 20 years since you went missing. People from the academia keep telling us to give up and that you're most likely dead. But somehow, I feel like you're still alive. Yes, that you live still in some corner of this world. You've always been persistent, able to shine no matter what situation you face. I believe that this persistence serves you well in surviving and finding your way home. Unfortunately, I likely won't be able to welcome you home when you do. I don't have much time left, and my reflexes have slowed. Others keep telling me to stop exploring ruins. Only Tamimi is still the same as before, always running off to places which you've been to. Your teacher and friends came up with an idea to remodel Tamimi so it can search for you in our place. You didn't like coming home back then and would always get Tamimi to send a letter back. Now we're leaving a letter with Tamimi. I wonder if it'll ever be delivered to you. I don't know the answer to that question, but if you ever read this letter, I hope it'll be when you've already found your way home. I regret not being able to say this to you myself, but I'll still feel sincerely happy for you, my dear daughter.
Welcome home, Faruzan. Look at you, Tamimi. You've changed so much after all these years. Thank you for waiting for me all this time. I've safely received the letters. Your work is done now. You can sleep. Tamimi, the mechanical life form I encountered back then. When I would go on expeditions, it would follow me, take notes for me, and send my letters home. When I met with that accident, it was on the way to deliver a letter for me. I once thought that I'd never get to see it again. I didn't expect my teacher and others to remodel its self-repair function, upgrading it to self-learning. And so, in order to plumb the depths of unknown ruins and overcome dangerous traps, it repaired and modified itself using parts it found along the way. One decade of wandering became many, and soon, Tamimi, which used to be incapable of even moving heavy objects, became the Ruin Wanderer. All so it could deliver these last letters from them to me. The strain to support such a huge body must have turned out to be too much for your heart, right? Even after the remodeling, its restitution module still can't function perfectly in perpetuity. It has been pushing itself beyond its limits over the past few decades. Just like a living being, mechanical life forms have a limited lifespan. It probably became trapped in the ruins all those years ago because its shelf life had run out. It most likely only reactivated because it detected my presence. And then it mustered up everything it had to deliver that last letter. Now, it can finally rest in peace. Tainari told you what happened to me, right? You don't have to apologize. It's not like this incident is a secret in the academia. Besides, I've always treated it as a failed experiment. As a researcher, I must accept this result. However, finding out that so many people were affected by my failure does make me feel somewhat conflicted. Can you head back to Pardistii first? We've been here for a while, and it's best not to make Kale and the rest worry. As for me, I want to stay with Tamimi for a bit longer. Just a bit.
Wow. Duduk. Shut. Sedih sih.
You're back!
How was your journey through the desert? Wait, where's Madame Faruzan?
Oh ini jadinya ya rute. Tell the world truth. Keep them in secret. Rute mana ini? Tapi ini bisa diulang lagi sih. Kita bilang fakta aja lah.
Oh no. She finally got to reunite with an old friend from 100 years ago. But
As a researcher, she could perhaps accept it. However, as a friend, a student, and a daughter, we should give her some time. Let's just wait for her here. And in the future, I hope that we can be here to support her as her new friends.
Satu hari kemudian. Promise the future. Time to decide. Sedih coy. Ada rute lagi tuh.
Party?
We've all been waiting for you, Madame Faruzan.
That's more like it. Now, here are some components I brought back from the desert. Switch these out with the ones Karkata is using right now, and it'll be back in ship shape. Huh? Why do you all look so solemn? Come now. Liveliness befits youngsters more.
Madame Faruzan, did these parts come from...
Come now. I thought that you must have encountered some major problem. This isn't something you have to worry about. Well, it looks like you already know everything. But no need to feel bad. Like I said before, as researchers, we must learn to accept our failures. Tamimi had been operating beyond capacity for a century, and I'm unable to repair it with my current abilities. Not even with these parts. It would thus be much better to use them to extend Karkata's lifespan. As a senior, it is only right that I do something for the people who come after me. That holds true for both researchers and machines. Besides, I didn't say that I would be giving you these parts for free. They will only be used for Karkata temporarily. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to help me with my research. I'll be sure to revive Tamimi once I've fully deciphered and replicated the creations of the ancient civilization.
All right, I'll do my best to help.
Me too. Although, I'm not sure if I'll be much help.
Kayaknya bakal akan act kedua deh.
Thank you. If they could remodel Tamimi successfully even back then, there's no reason why we won't be able to do even better. And when that day comes, I'll be sure to say, welcome home, Tamimi.
Mikirin start over. New friends, and new life, and new begin. Right.
we go. Follow the wind.
Traditionally made caracal pick aja lagi. Kita bilang lagi. Ini sih men, itu ceritanya itu benar-benar bukan cerita dari kita. Maksudku ceritanya tuh ini tuh kayak story anjir. Story quest, tapi sebenarnya hangout gitu. Kenapa portingnya ke sini gitu? Sedih amat.
You're back.
How was your journey through the desert? Wait, where's Madame Faruzan?
Kami misi Seku baru 145. Ya habisin bang.
So Madame Faruzan has some other things to settle. Alright. And to think that Raid was doing all of those things on the sly. It's good that you all got out of that situation in one piece.
Madame Faruzan will be able to repair Karkata when she gets back, won't she?
Resin tanpa masuk resin tanpa masuk APK GI-nya lah, apa kayak gitu. Berarti nge-lag banget ya, aneh. Besok lagi. Ini jika tidak tahu ya. Oh, kira kita ngelawan robot itu, ternyata enggak sih. Dirasa. Soalnya gede bro. Gitu.
What? Is there to be no welcoming party?
Madame Faruzan, we're over here.
That's more like it. Now, here are some components I brought back from the desert. Switch these out with the ones Karkata is using right now, and it'll be back in ship shape.
So this is a relic of an ancient civilization? Unbelievable. Thankfully, it didn't end up in Raid's unscrupulous hands.
Unscrupulous, huh? Sounds like you already told them what happened. Is that so? Thank you. We will talk about everything else later. It's nothing. I've already given all the evidence we have against Raid to the academia. They're going to be very busy. Too busy to bother us, I'd wager. I'll start repairing Karkata then. Kale, can you help me out?
Of course.
Faruzan went out after repairing Karkata. She seems to be looking for you for some reason. Well, I will not probe any further. However, if you need any help, do feel free to ask.
It looks fine, but even so, it needs to properly rest up.
You're here. Thank you for keeping Tamimi a secret. If I tell them about Tamimi, will they still feel happy for Karkata? Even if we could convince them to accept the components, they'll probably still feel bad about it. I don't want my past to affect people in the present. That applies to both me and other people. It's fine. I'm used to this. I once believed that I'd never hear from my old friends and family ever again. Even their faces are getting hazier in my memories. However, I could remember them clearly again after reading the letter Tamimi handed to me and learning that they'd never given up on me. That's more than enough. I'd be disappointing them if I let myself fall into a slump because of this. Neither my teacher nor my mother would have wanted to see me like that. Besides, you're lending a listening ear to me now, aren't you? Oh, Pardees DI looks pretty scenic at night. Will you take a stroll with me?
You make my
Once Karkata's condition stabilizes, I'll find a chance to tell Tainari and Kale about all that. But for now, just help me keep this secret. Thank you. Whether it's 100 years ago or now, I have people who worry about me. I suppose I should consider myself quite fortunate. The only time when I felt otherwise was when I had just returned to Sumeru. No one came to check up on me then. Yeah, I'm home.
Wow. Bisa tidak sih itu tuh. Welcome back, Faruzan. Zeus.
Time to go.
Ini ya di karma pala. Wait. Oh ini tuh karma pala tuh. Di sini tuh karma pala. Nangis tuh enggak, tapi kayak sedih aja gitu.
What now? She seems so busy. Master said there's no rush, but I know that he's been busy working on something at Pardees DI, so he hasn't returned to Gandharville for several days now. I feel for Madame Faruzan, but I still want to ask her to come with us. But if I get her in trouble with the academia, then she won't have the time to help Master. What should I do? Oh, this is such a headache. works for them both. I'll check with Master later and see if there's anything I can help him with. But I'm sure he'll say, the best thing you can do now is study hard, so I don't have to give you remedial lessons. Huh? Oh yes! This way she can get her problem sorted out quickly, and then she can go see Master. So if I also stay and help... that still sounds kinda scary. Okay then. I'm counting on you.
Huh. I have to teach students from Haravatat, or owe Kasharawar a favor. It strikes me that they might be even less happy about such a deal than I am.
I think I can sympathize with them.
We're back, Madam Faruzan. The Traveler said that she can stay and help you.
Oh, why I couldn't ask for more. In fact, I'm rather curious about the type of person the Traveler is. You were the one who taught Azara a lesson after all. That said, will I be troubling you? Is that so? Good. It does so happen that I do have something I need help with. Now, should I apply to teach a course with Haravatat, or join the collaborative project that Kasharawar is proposing? Honestly, I don't want to choose either of them. I don't know if Tainari's told you about this before, but while my research involves learning about ruins and the mechanisms within them, I don't belong to Kasharawar, which specializes in researching mechanisms, nor am I in Spontamod, which specializes in researching energy flow. Instead, I'm part of Haravatat, which specializes in languages and scripts.
She has been invited to Kasharawar multiple times to continue her research, but she's rejected them each time.
Just listen to how they introduce themselves. In the future, Kasharawar will be the only Darshan with the ability to research mechanisms. There's no such thing as exclusivity in knowledge. Besides, the current Kasharawar is more concerned about how mechanisms can be used in everyday life, while my research involves textual analysis of ruins. If they're trying to use the collaborative project as an excuse to have me reconsider again...
No, that's not it. The request this time is from Akara Crafts. The representative of Kasharawar recommended you to them, Madam Faruzan. In truth, she told me that it's because she respects you a lot.
Oh. Respect? Oh, my. Putting aside my ideological differences with Kasharawar, I suppose I must acknowledge this attitude of theirs. At the very least, they're bounds above those decrepit Haravatat fools.
Yeah, Akara Crafts is a pretty nice shop.
Since both of you feel as such, I shall first hear this proposal.
In summary, Akara Crafts wants to design a series of early learning toys that will cultivate curiosity and learning in children.
Early learning toys. Interesting.
The academia agreed to work with them because they hope that these toys can help children become excellent researchers in the future.
True. The current academia is in need of some new blood. If the children start learning now, perhaps I can find some talented students in a few years.
Madam Faruzan, you still haven't found any students?
Anise, Kasharawar's representative, should be staying in the inn at Port Ormos. If you want more details, you can find her there.
Port Ormos? Now there's a place I haven't been to in a long time. I wonder how much it's changed.
I probably can't join you since Port Ormos is a little far from here. I should probably go back and report to Master, and then review today's homework.
No worries. Go do your homework, Kale. Once I'm done with everything here, I'll head over to Pardistiai. Thank you. Why, I'd even call this a rare chance for a curious researcher like myself to observe the legendary traveler up close.
Aduh. Early learning mechanism.
Madam Faruzan! Oh,
it's really you. Did you change your mind?
All right, calm down. Let me be clear. I'm still not all that interested in Kasharawar. I'm just here to see how the project is going. After all, you're here as representatives of the academia in this collaboration. The reputation of all research is at stake here, so I will not simply stand by should mistakes get made.
Either way, it's good that you were willing to come. Now, we've given Akara Crafts many ideas over the past couple of days. However, their owner thinks that our designs are too complicated, which will drive production costs too far up.
That's expected. Students who have never had to deal with budgetary constraints probably don't understand how important it is to keep costs low. How enviable. Oh,
If you join the Kasharawar, your budget will be as big as you want it to be. I guarantee it.
That's enough. I will not repeat myself. Take me to Akara Crafts owner first, if you please.
All right. He's usually at the slope up ahead recruiting volunteers to test out his toys. Let's just head over. Mamdu, the one I recommended is here.
Oh, so you're, Madam Faruzan?
Yes, that's me.
Ah, wonderful. We haven't been able to make any progress on our collaboration recently. We've made many suggestions, but Miss Anis thought that those ideas were too simple and wouldn't be effective in training the mind.
These early learning toys are meant to help the academia train future researchers, after all. If they're too simple, then how are they any different from regular toys?
But if they're too complicated, not only will they be expensive to produce considering our production capabilities, but they won't have much broad appeal to Sumeru's children either.
So the design can't be too complicated, but it can't be too easy to play with either.
I remember that in your notes, many contraptions have managed to fulfill complex functions despite using simple parts. Maybe we can do something similar with these early learning toys.
The contraptions in my notes? I didn't create those. I simply took the contraptions in the ruins apart and analyzed them. But now that you mention it, the ruins did have things like that. Do you have a pen, paper, and scissors? I'll make a paper prototype.
You have an idea already? I suppose I should have expected as much of a respected academia senior researcher. We do have those. Yes, please, help yourself. Oh, you're done already?
Let me explain. These 3 thick lines represent 3 poles. These paper strips of varying lengths represent rings of different sizes. They can be slotted onto the poles and stacked up like a tower.
Well, that is easier to make than I expected. So, how is this game played?
That's very simple as well. You just need to shift the tower from this pole to another pole.
Isn't this a little too simple? Even by the standards of an early learning toy, I mean.
Of course, when moving each ring, the paper strips in this case, you must follow one rule. You can only move one ring at a time, and you can't place a bigger ring on top of a smaller one. It's like building a tower. The rings in the 3 poles must be stacked from big to small. I named this toy Pagoda Stack.
Pagoda.
Pagoda Stack.
That sounds way too simple. Even I feel like it's missing something.
Give it a try and you'll find out if it's simple or not. I heard from Anis that you find volunteers to try out the toys, right? Why don't we do the same for this game?
It's such a simple toy. There's no need to...
Mandu, let's just do as she says.
Okay, then.
And that's how you play this game. You can all give it a try. Let's see who's able to move the tower to another pole in the smallest number of steps.
You called everyone here for such a simple toy?
It doesn't look like it'll take that many steps.
Come on, we all promised to help Mr. Momdu test out the new toys. He said he'd give us new Genius Invocation TCG cards.
Ugh, fine. Let's get this over and done with so we can head back and play cards.
Done! It took me 19 steps.
Huh? It took me over 20 steps.
I only needed 18 steps.
Not bad. Looks like you're all familiar with the rules now. Then let's increase the difficulty. The next tower will be 5 layers tall. Now then, give it a shot.
Wait, there's more?
Well, since we're already here, why don't we just give it a try?
An extra layer shouldn't make it that much harder, right?
What's going on? I've already moved over 30 steps, but I'm still not done yet.
I'm almost done. Looks like I'm the faster one this time.
Done! It took me 35 steps.
What? How?
This pagoda stack toy is pretty fun to play with.
Good. We'll try it one final time. This time, we'll add 2 more layers, making 7 layers in total. Momdu, we've still got quite a few paper strips here. Why don't you give this a go as well?
Do you need that many steps for something this simple? Let me try.
Madam Faruzan, allow me to try it as well.
You were looking at it quite seriously just now. Are you starting to understand the principles involved?
I think so.
If you want to test out your hypothesis, you'll just have to play and find out.
Got it.
We don't have enough paper strips left for you, Traveler. However, by the looks of things, you seem to have the game figured out. Why don't you guess what the lowest number of steps needed to solve a 7-layer pagoda stack is?
Buset, ini harus dijawab bener.
Oh, color me impressed. You figured it out so quickly. Let's see how well they do then.
127.
If I move this small ring, then the big one won't be able to go on top of it. Oh, this is going to take more steps than I expected.
I've lost count of how many steps I've taken. Can I restart?
This got a lot harder.
I solved it! Madam Faruzan, it takes 127 steps in total.
That many? But there are only 7 layers.
For every extra layer in the pagoda stack, the move order you need to consider becomes much more complex, and the number of steps required will at least double.
More accurately, it will require double the steps, plus 1 each time. You did well. You didn't underestimate the principles behind it just because it's an early learning toy. The complexity of any given contraption isn't determined by the number of parts it has. The way the parts interact and the rules behind how it operates are important too.
Oh, I see. No wonder you emphasized in your notes that no contraption should ever be underestimated.
I see. So even a simple toy can become complex with the right set of rules.
That's right. The rules used for pagoda stack are the simplest kind when it comes to ancient contraption-making techniques.
Wait, emang ada apa ya? Ngestak kayak gitu.
I could spend some time picking out all those machines that do something
Kayak
similar
kartu
and
Reni
write
yang
you a
di
reference book.
jadi piramid cuy.
Once that happens, you can give the volunteers
Setengah
the
dialog,
reference book
Bang,
and paper
saya tuh besok.
prototypes and find out which toy is the most popular.
Do you have any other toys?
Yeah, when can we play with them?
In about 2 days or so, I think. Anise, if you're free, can you help me with the illustrations for the reference book?
Of course. I'd be honored.
2 days should be enough for us to find more volunteers. Then we can organize a huge conference here, at which we can announce which toy we'll be making. You'd be most welcome. We need more people to get a healthy range of opinions. The more, the merrier.
Thank you for coming here with me today. I'll walk back with you.
Mechanics from beginner cuy. Ternyata ngomong bener aja. Yes, correct. The smallest number of moves. It will take stuff 7 layer pagoda style. Aku jujur loh, gak se-expect itu bisa bener cuy. Oh bisa ya? 7 layer 127. Nah, aku mikir dulu. Why?
Follow the wind.
Just why? Kenapa? Gak ngerti gue.
I'll be going then. Say hi to Tainari and Kale for me if you can. Once everything here is settled, I'll make my way over to Pardistii as quickly as I can. You want to ask why I'm unwilling to join them, yes? Putting aside the fact that they're too full of themselves, I actually have no issue with their research methodologies and approach. After all, knowledge is either right or wrong. Superiority and inferiority do not come into the conversation. All researchers are just doing their best to shed light on the unknown in their respective fields of expertise. No matter what corner of the unknown they shed light on, it's a step forward for us all.
Why do you refuse to join?
Because I believe wholeheartedly in that principle. Even if the others call my research useless, as long as the knowledge I gain from it is accurate, it could become useful in the future. In the end, useful and useless are concepts that shouldn't be used to evaluate knowledge. When I first started deciphering ancient documents, I didn't think about how it'd be useful to Ksharawar. That's why there's no need for me to join them to do useful research. I'd rather stay in Haravatat. It's much more convenient for me to access the materials I need for my research here. Still, the funding that Ksharawar has offered me is so hard to get in Haravatat. Perhaps if this collaborative project goes smoothly, I can even ignore Haravatat and ask for a higher budget directly from the academia. Oh, I could come up with lots of ideas. With Anis's help, 2 days will be enough for our work. However, I'm still undecided as to the style of the reference book's text and illustrations.
Oh ini. Try to be accurate and detailed. Try to keep simple and fun. Simple
You're
fun.
right. If no one understands the reference book, it doesn't matter how detailed it is. It's better to make it simpler and fun so that children will be interested in the subject. It'll also make it easier for me to recruit students in the long run. Thank you. I'll take your opinion into account. See you in 2 days.
Na 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 dang 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 dang. Kok bisa seperti ini? La 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 la.
Huh?
Nah. The day after tomorrow. Nenek-nenek jadi waifu coy.
Early learning mechanism. Add to the conference. Ya elah harus naik kayaknya ini. Males gua kesana.
Oh, you're here. We're just starting to set up the venue.
We've called up everyone we possibly could have. This is going to be quite the event.
My masterpiece is going to be exhibited after all. Let's see what the academia shall say about it this time. And if we activate this little mechanism just like that, a Sumeru rose will appear at the top of the cane.
Oh, I see.
I thought it came out of thin air! It's amazing!
If the mechanism was bigger, you could make a rabbit appear, right?
Then you can't use a cane. Could you switch it out with a hat or something?
You're applying what you learned creatively. Not bad.
Not bad.
Let's look at the
not
next
bad.
page. If you fold an origami bird like this, it'll fly further and more stably.
Whoa. You can make a mechanism using just a piece of paper?
The principles at play are even more important than the parts that make up a mechanism.
These are pretty cool. I'm tempted to try them out.
I'm not that interested in toys, but if they'll be beneficial for children's development.
Everyone, we have paper prototypes and craft materials that you can use to make your own toys. Come try them out.
This is such a well-prepared event. I'll give it a go.
But we want to play too!
It's fine. We have a lot of paper prototypes and craft materials. All feedback is also welcomed.
The popular and lively even conscious.
Oh, my origami bird flew further this time.
Professor Faruzan, how can I make mine fly further?
Ahem. Just
That is-
madam will do. Maybe in the future, you may indeed get the chance to call me Professor. wish to pay attention to these few details. Here, for example. All right, try it again.
Wow, it really did fly farther! Madam Faruzan, will we learn origami at the academia?
Of course you will. If you become a researcher, you can explore any field you like to your heart's content. In the future, if you want, you can even become one of my students.
But Mom and Dad said that there are 6 Darshans in the academia. Wait, was it 7? Which Darshan teaches about mechanisms in origami?
Well, in this case, it wouldn't be Haravatat.
I know. We need to choose Kasharawar.
Huh?
I want to attend Kasharawar in the future and fold even better origami birds.
I want to make even more awesome mechanisms!
Actually, the other Darshans do have their own specialties too. For example, Haravatat specializes in... Pay attention, children. Children? How did this happen?
What if we end up in a Darshan we don't like? Does that mean that we won't get to learn about the things we do like?
No, that won't happen. Take me, for example. I'm a researcher from Haravatat, but I research mechanisms. See? The only person able to restrict your curiosity as a researcher is you.
Is you.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Not really.
Huh. It's all right. You still have a long road ahead of you. Now, do you want to learn about some other machines? Let me tell you a story about pressure-based mechanisms and elemental monuments.
Elemental monuments. Sekali lagi. Tanggung satu lagi.
I'll be going then. Say hi to Tainari and Kale for me if you can. Once everything here is settled, I'll make my way over to Pardistii as quickly as I can. Anise? We haven't had much time to get to know each other, but she seems like a good kid. She's able to calmly figure out the basic principles behind something without being influenced by others. I'll do my best to teach her over the next few days. Still, how much she learns will really depend on her. Well, her interest lies in the application of mechanisms. I do have some old knowledge to share, but if we think about the future, it's easier for her to learn the things she's interested in if she stays in Kasharawar. My research into mechanisms is, in a sense, a side effect of my research into ancient texts. If she becomes my student to learn how to make modern contraptions, it wouldn't benefit either of us in the long run. However, if she develops an interest in deciphering ancient texts over these next 2 days, that would change things. If I successfully poach a student, those young punks at Haravatat will have one less reason to cut my budget. Perhaps if this collaborative project goes smoothly, I can even ignore Haravatat and ask for a higher budget directly from the academia. Oh, I could come up with lots of ideas. With Anise's help, 2 days will be enough for our work. However, I'm still undecided as to the style of the reference book's text and illustrations. You're right. Explanations are a core part of early developments, too. By using detailed and accurate illustrations, we can impart knowledge more effectively. It would also make it easier for me to recruit students. Thank you. I'll take your opinion into account. See you in 2 days.
Time to go.
you're here. We're just starting to set up the venue.
We've called up everyone we possibly could have. This is going to be quite the event.
My masterpiece is going to be exhibited after all. Let's see what the academia shall say about it this time. To sum up, the 24 forms of pressure-based puzzle mechanisms were used in various ruins. All right, let's go to the next page. Now, I'll explain the base layer design of elemental monuments.
Are we done yet? Oh, I'm falling asleep.
I don't understand any of it at all.
Are these really toys?
They sound a bit too dangerous to buy for children.
Oh. Well, we've prepared paper prototypes for everyone. If you're interested in the mechanisms Madame Faruzan's talked about, you're more than welcome to try them out.
Oh, this is no fun. Can I try another toy?
I want to go home and play Genius Invocation TCG.
Masih tidur.
Forget it. I don't think anyone would be interested.
I should go home and take care of my children.
How did this happen? Forget about getting opinions from others. No one even wanted to stay and try them out.
I'm sorry. I think we miscalculated.
No, you simply gave suggestions. I was the one who decided to follow through. Anise, too, was only following my instructions. I will find a way to make up for this error. Please, give me some time. I'll write another reference book.
Excuse me, but are you the one who wrote this reference book?
Yes. Who are you?
Ah, you're that man mountain who was in the crowd just now.
Do I stand out that much? Well, I guess I don't look like someone who'd have anything to do with toys. Let me introduce myself. I'm Kamal, the branch master of Sumeru's Adventurers Guild.
What's the branch master doing here? Were you looking for us, or did something happen?
I came to Port Ormos to visit some old friends. On the way over, I saw the booklet you were handing out, so I came to take a look. Can you print a few more copies of this booklet and sell them to the Adventurers Guild? Also, could you make full-fledged models of those paper prototypes and sell them to us as well?
What does the Adventurers Guild want with these toys?
You may see them as toys, but to adventurers who need to deal with all sorts of machines and contraptions within ancient ruins, this booklet is a true treasure. We have many members who can't read, so books are of little use to them. What they know of handling mechanisms has been learned solely through word of mouth. Even if the academia granted public access to all their books, there are people who can't use them.
Ah, and our booklet is practically all pictures.
Well, it is designed for children.
It might be a bit too difficult for children, but it's perfect for adventurers. Also, those paper strips, you called them paper prototypes? If you can make wooden versions for demonstration purposes, even the most illiterate person would be able to follow along and understand. If we can supply a model set for each branch, and if each adventurer carries a booklet with them, then ruin exploration will become much safer.
You really think so? I mean, yes. I always knew it. Knowledge will always be needed, one way or another.
Making models of contraptions for the Adventurers Guild? To be honest, that sounds like a good avenue to explore to me.
We'll probably have to send in a separate application, but it shouldn't be an issue. After all, this concerns safety during the exploration of ruins. It's a problem that the academia is actually trying to address as well.
Then let's cut to the chase and discuss the details of our first order. The amount we're offering to pay in advance is this much.
Optimal solution. All knowledge will find tears. Mabuk. Sumpah. Mabuk.
Nah itu aja guys kayaknya.
Streaming seru sih. Tapi juga kadang.
Udah dulu kayaknya.
Crashnya nanti aja. Biar aku usahain. Untuk pendesnya si cupu nih. Cafe yang belum tahu gua buildnya kayak gimana.
Goblok.
Ta-da! No! Oh, fine.
Biscuit kunci. Aduh, mau naikin siapa ya? Dori udah, Goro udah, Tiluk, Eloy, Yanto. Migrasi aja kayaknya. Cuman servernya, oh bagus banget server. Nggak ada critical rate juga ini. Tapi gimana ya? Di Xiao ini. Ya itu aja dulu kayaknya. Masih belum ada artefak yang aku pengen upgrade kayaknya ini. Jadi ya begitulah pokoknya. Ya itu aja guys kayaknya aku streaming kali ini. Makasih sudah datang ya. Mungkin aku akan streaming nanti data kapan. Ya itu aja guys. Aku pengen undur diri, aku mau siap-siap untuk buka puasa. Ya itu aja. Sampai jumpa streaming berikutnya. Bye bye.